Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your timeless work, career, and vocation read. I am your reader, Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle, link in the description box. My written legacy, unless I write another book, creator on Patreon, patreon.com/drawingthecircle. I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Pisces moon, that I am. Here I am to serve. Oh, hello, my 12th housers, my collective unconsciousers, my global empaths. How you doing? At the time of this recording, there's a lot going on planet Earth. I mean, there always is, there always was, there always will be, with the war in the Ukraine and just everything. The emotional empathic surges have been tricky. So, here to help, here to serve. And so let's get down to it. If you're new to the channel, a work, career, and vocation read is about your life purpose, right? The more you fulfill your life purpose, the more you're fulfilling your role in a plan much larger than anything we can even conceive of. Here in the third and fourth dimension, we're talking fifth dimensional stuff here, unity consciousness, long story, but really a work, career, vocation read is a 3 levels of power reading. There is a wonderful link in the description box by medical intuitive spiritual teacher Carolyn Myss, that's spelled M-Y-S-S, but she's a PhD. These are her cards, the Caroline Myss archetype cards, and she talks about the 3 levels of power. I think she mentions work, career, vocation as one of the ways to do it, but there are other ways to look at your life through those 3 symbolic lenses. So check that out if you wanna. But more importantly, at least for this moment, we are looking at eau de toilette, cologne, perfume, 3 levels of intensity, right? Perfume, you dilute it with cologne. It is you dilute it with alcohol, it's cologne. You dilute it with water, it's eau de toilette. So this is about chakras. This is about your creativity, how you survive, what your calling is, all of that. So I'll explain that as we go. 13 cards total. So let's see what comes out of my mouth. It is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, because your sun sign might relate more to your work in the world, first level of power. Your moon sign might be totally more tuned to your vocation, your spiritual calling, your 3rd level of power. Your Venus, your rising, could totally be into your career, right? The personal level of power. So check all of that out. And both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I am here to serve and I am here to help. I am a Pisces moon. I feel everybody's everything. And doing these readings for people around the world and here on YouTube, I've become a global empath. So just remember, a lot of what you're feeling isn't all you. You're helping to heal the planet. And I know it sucks most of the time. But remember, we get the spiritual growth that others may not as a result. You ready? Let's do this. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And away we go. As I call upon the collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of life purpose, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, please. I need 3 cards to represent the 8th chakra dynamics hovering over the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in their work, career, and vocation. First, their work, their survival intuition. Lower 3 chakra dominant, they're in their world, right? The physical world, the masculine energy, but what's hovering over their head there? It's in the title, but it's the last one, not the first one, you'll see. For their career, what's hovering, I'll say, over our heads. I'm a Pisces moon. I might be in this one. I always take the guidance and grace where I can find it. So in our creative intuition, our career, what we hunger, what we yearn for, what we burn for, our emotional thirst, our mental hunger to create, what's hovering over that in the career. It's 2 cards, 1 for each fish. Please just leave 1 in my hand. No. So this says that there is definitely a flux for us in terms of career, But remember, not everybody makes their money through their career. A lot of people work to pay the money to then do their creativity elsewhere, at home, gigging, whatever. So please, Pantheons of the Divine for Pisces. 8th chakra dynamic. There we go. For the career and for our spiritual calling, our vocation, right? The mystical power, the spiritual power, 8th chakra dominant. What's going on in there? That's really important right now for the Pisceans. Let's have a look-see, my mer people. In work, you've got the Queen archetype, feminine family archetype. In your career, you've got the Knight, K-N-I-G-H-T, masculine family archetype. It's interesting, the juxtaposition. First lane is masculine energy. You got a feminine family archetype. It's not about bodily gender. No. We're not talking XY chromosomes here. We're talking yin and yang, energetic dynamic. In your feminine energy, definitely second lane, you've got a masculine. And in your vocation, you've got the monk nun, both a masculine and feminine expression of a divine family archetype that is all about devotion. Wow. So though we lay them out 1, 2, 3, you actually read them 3, 2, 1. So you're a monk, nun, knight, queen. All right. So this is how you're being in the world. This is your interior world. This is your spiritual world. That's pretty cool. Let me read you what's on the card. Each one is neutral. All archetypes are neutral, but there is a description of the shadow attribute, the light attribute. The shadow is the challenge, what it is you're healing, balancing, bringing into gold, into the light, right? The truth. So from lead to gold, toxic to pain, pain to peace, fear to love, shadow to light, illusion to truth. Let's look at the monk nun. The shadow attribute, negative judgment of the physical world and excess piety. I have moments of that. I wouldn't say so much excess piety, but negative judgment on the physical world in terms of what's going on the planet. Who could not, right? But by aligning with your vocation, your spiritual calling, you uncover, you alchemize into selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. In your third level of power, that's pretty powerful. Now keep in mind, monks and nuns take vows. Vows involve the divine. So what are your vows to your higher power? Poverty and celibacy are not in my vows this time around. Did that in another life when I was literally behind monastery and convent walls, different lifetimes. And not just the patriarchal Judeo-Christian, the Buddhist monks and nuns and stuff like that, right? All over the place. Different than the priestess, this is really often behind walls, right? Sisters in the Christian tradition, not necessarily nuns. Sisters usually do the public work. Nuns are usually behind cloistered walls. Just saying. Interesting. In career, the knight archetype, the shadow attribute, allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, which is all, say like, yeah, that's enough. We've seen that. Right? People who will follow a destructive leader, even when they know what they're doing isn't honorable. But the part that's on here that's tricky is romantic delusions, which, let's call it what it is. Pisces, we are subject to romantic delusions, and not just about romantic relationships. We can romanticize just about anything. But here's the tea. If that's not your usual dealio, and you're feeling that, you might very well be picking up on the people around you in terms of your career, whatever that may be. What you're shooting for, the light attribute, loyalty, romance, and chivalry. Google the chivalric code, the code of chivalry. It's a bunch of things that we need to kind of bring back, although some of them need some fine-tuning and updating. And a love of honor. The more honorable you are to your heart, third eye crown, your personal world, your feminine energy, you will be able to act on this in a very loyal, honorable way. But doesn't it make sense that that single-pointed focus on spirit is going to be the star that leads that night forward in your career? And what's going on? You are the queen! Oh, work queen! Feminine family archetype. It's just funny, I have the queen archetype lifelong. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and I have it in the sign of Cancer, which is where the moon is today at the time of this recording. So I'm feeling this big time. Kind of relating to all three of these. The shadow attribute, just look at any of the Disney queens. Becomes arrogant when authority is challenged. Off with their heads. Controlling and demanding. I'm not demanding, you're demanding. Right? Nightmare. I've had so many queen archetype bosses. Wait till, if I ever write that book, it's going to be a tell-all about my career dealing with women, because I'm gay. And if you don't know that, check the batteries on your gaydar. Just saying, there's an app for that, I'm sure. The shadow attribute is certainly something we have seen, but with the rise of the divine feminine tide, and again, I'm not talking about biology here, not talking about genetic anything, I am talking about dynamic. The light attribute radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. The queen, in the royal structure of things, doesn't really leave the castle. The king does that, right? You go out and conquer, or the knight in tandem with that. The queen is in charge of the court, in charge of the keep, in charge of the law. See what I'm saying? Incredibly powerful, and that's why we have had so many more king-dominant archetypes on the planet. Look where it's gotten us. Not that we should totally go queen-dominant, but a balance, right? So this is what I mean about you fulfilling your life purpose. It's helping everything on the planet, but it's about bringing yourself into alignment and letting the unity consciousness, the one, take care of the rest. You do you in the highest way possible. Okay, that's as much as we're going to talk about any one card here. That's just our archetypal skeleton, which we will now put some flesh on. Daughters of the Moon Tarot are the next four chakras down. Crown, third eye, throat, heart, spiritual power, mental power, power of choice, decision, willpower, and emotional power. Your internal energy, the world behind your eyes, your feminine energy, your goddess energy. That's why we're using the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Let's see what hits the table. This feels lovely. Breathe. They always do save the best for last, but let's see what hits the table. Still point. As I call to my goddesses of water, the sign of Pisces, powers of the West, is coming through nice and clear, and I'm kind of shocked the amount of clarity I'm feeling in this reading, considering where we are astrologically at the time of this recording. But please, 3 cards in clarity, one at a time, straight up for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, integrating what's going on in the 8th chakra down into the heart, throat, third eye, crown. Don't have to tell anybody about this stuff. It's all on the inside. They share it if they want to. So what's going on with that queen archetype in their work? There's survival, intuition, but the heart, throat, third eye, crown here is the Amazon. You are you're Hippolyta. You're the Amazon queen, the queen of the Amazons. Hippolyta! Wonder Woman's mom. The Chariot, so you're driven, you're powerful, and I forgot to turn off the heat. Excuse me for a moment. It was on the checklist, I just didn't check it. Sorry. See, better, you can hear me now. But this is cool, and it takes exactly a minute once I hit the switch for it to shut off. This is very much a Cancerian card. You'll hear that a lot on YouTube, I agree. Even in the Rider-Waite Tarot, you got those 2 moons on the shoulder pads of the Charioteer, comedy and tragedy. I think I got those on the right side. Well, this is then definitely much the light horse and the dark horse. You could see it even as the 2 fishies of Pisces, right? Dolphin and shark, though technically neither one of those are fish, but you know what I'm saying. The light and the dark, your inspiration and your motivation, channeling that, right? Really balancing the light and the shadow here moving forward. I dig it. My goddesses, the knight, are we waiting for a knight or are we being the knight? Here in the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, center lane, personal level of power, heart, throat, third eye, crown, dominant level of power. So what's going on? Heart, throat, third eye, crown. The creative intuition with the Knight in the 8th chakra for the Pisces in their career. Okay. 4 of Flames, which would be the 4 of Wands, but it's not that kind of happy card necessarily. This is conflict in this deck. 1 dragon, but fueling the flames for 2 archers facing each other. Not all that horribly different in terms of imagery of those two things, except where the two horses want to go in different directions. Here the archers are facing each other. When it's a major arcana card, heart, third eye crown, it's all four: fire, earth, air, water, spirit. But here, this is very throat chakra. This can be creative conflict. I want to, but. I want to, but. I can't. I want to, but I don't want to. 1 foot on the gas, 1 foot on the brakes, spinning your wheels. And with that chariot there, that makes sense. This might very well be your leverage. We'll see. But certainly to take the time to get clear. 4s are also a number of rest. So to chew on this, there are different modalities to the throat chakra. My darlings, it's not just spit it out or swallow it. You can chew on it. You can contemplate it. Creative conflict creates new things out of it, right? The old versus the new. You try and find a way to integrate them. You can't make everybody happy, but that thing about being honorable, right? To bring love, romance, and that sense of honor into your creativity might, like if you're being asked to prostitute yourself, in other words, to do things that violate your honor code in order to just survive creatively. Tricky with that honor thing in there, very solar plexus, but we're going to look at the lower 3 chakras in the next deck that I use. The monk nun, however, let's have a look-see-duck-see. We got the monk nun, my goddesses. You know, I used to hate that archetype, but now I get it. I get it on a whole different level. It's not about being part of something tribal. Different than a priest, priestess. This is real internal. So what's going on? Heart, third eye crown for the Pisces collective. They're in their vocation. The Witch. This is such a powerhouse read. This is totally about taking the spirit, right? This 8th chakra stuff. You can see the light coming down into the Witch. It's the Magician card. Bring it down through the element of air, right? Coming down through the crown chakra, spirit, air, right? Fire, water, and boom, into earth. Manifestation, bringing things into alignment. This could just certainly be your leverage as well. Again, it's a general read. People are going to find it in different places, but it does make sense. Your single-minded devotion to spirit, single-pointed focus, goes all the way back to the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, probably older than that if you want to go yogic, allowing you to bring your heart, third eye crown into alignment in your vocation, which will help you discover the honorable way through the internal creative conflict. And that, believe me, can play itself out in all sorts of different ways in the external world. We'll get there, but allowing you to harness the power of both your inspiration and your motivation as a queen. Your inspiration is want to. Motivation is have to, right? I want to enjoy my day, but I have to scoop litter and this and that and this and that, and I've got to do this and, in work. I get it. This is great. I'm loving this reading. I'll say for us, I can totally relate to all 3 of these. The Knight archetype, not so much. Remember, you can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime, right? Okie dokie. Next, we're doing the Mythic Tarot to do the masculine energy from the outside looking in, inside looking out, lower 3 chakras. I say this every time. I'm trying to do it in a briefer way each time. Root chakra, groups, tribes, racial consciousness. Just talked about this in the podcast we put out last night. Malpod number 9, Path of True Love, Courage, right? The tribal dynamic, just even your favorite band, you're a tribe, right? Deadheads, I was a member of the Bad Reputation Nation back in the 80s. Don't be so shocked. I know you're not. Right? Second chakra. One-on-one relationship with other individual people as well as things, money, creativity, sex, power. And with this romance in here, we'll see how that turns out. Solar plexus, though, is really indicated with this Knight because that is your honor code, your relationship to yourself, your boundaries, which shift and change over time, right? We're always trying to elevate our boundaries, our ethics, what we will, what we won't, what we do, what we don't, our own gut, right? Our own gut intuition that no one else gets. That's personal intuition. Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my gods of water, the sign of Pisces. Powers of the West, please. 3 cards in clarity, straight up for the lower 3 chakra dynamic. Work, career, vocation. 4, I get it, for the Pisces collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading in their work. They've got the Queen archetype in the 8th, the Chariot, the Amazon, in the inner, what's going on the outer, the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups, now I know we talked about romance, and this is, in a relationship context, my true love card. But this could absolutely be about you finding your emotional fulfillment in terms of work. But what it's going to take for you to get there is to radiate the divine, regal, feminine. And again, that's not about body parts. It's about dynamic, but harnessing that, right? Very, very fast. Could be you are moving towards a really beautiful work partnership, or maybe really your cup running over in terms of your work in the world. I like that. Very Pisces. My gods, we got the Knight in the career. With that creative conflict, which does feel like it has something to do with boundaries or honor or being ethical or something like that. Please clarify, make it specific for the Pisces. Lower 3 chakras in the career. We've got the Hanged Man, definitely a Pisces card. Waiting on the will of heaven, Prometheus bound, stole fire from the gods to give to humanity because he liked us. And got chained to a rock in Tartarus, a bird pecking out his liver every day and it would grow back. They eventually let him go. You know, it's Tartarus. It's not hell. It's not eternal. It's a rehabilitation program. It's an alchemy furnace down there, and maybe that is what you are going through, right? Maybe you're going through a bit of alchemy here in terms of what it is that you really want, what you really, really want. I mean, all I really, really want is some zig-a-zig, but that's so amorphous. It's a little hard to pin that down, don't you think, vision boards aside of the Spice Girls? No, this is, let me wait on the will of heaven. Let me see this differently. There is always a sacrifice involved with the Hanged Man. It is Odin, Ani Grossel, plucking out an eye to get the runes and some other cool stuff, right? It is surrendering the way you think and believe about things, because there's always a higher truth, and that higher truth might very well be channeling down from that monk nun archetype through that witch. It's feeling more and more and more like this is the dominant leverage here, but we are not done yet. All right, this is, so let's see, 1, 2, 3 out of 5 major arcana cards. We already got Spirit Dominant. What's going on? My gods of water, sign of Pisces, powers of the West for the Piscean collective in our vocation. Monk nun in the 8th, witch on the inner. What's on the outer? Please make it so clear and specific for my YouTube Pisces collective, and we're looking at the Queen of Wands, Leo energy. Now, this may be you from the outside looking in, being all bright and shiny, 5th house dynamic, creativity, good fortune, pleasure, right? Or this could be someone with a Leo dynamic. A Queen of Wands is fixed fire. It is the oven temperature so that something can create. This is definitely saying to me that the downloads you get in your quiet time, in your private time, right? Selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit that is going to channel down through you, really lighting up all 8 chakras, right? From the 8th all the way down to the root chakra, and there's the Earth star underneath that. And really perhaps making you the center of attraction, or at least a force of creativity in this world. I like that a lot. And it is the only court card on the table, so only you are going to know. This could be a spiritual teacher. All of the spiritual teachers that I've worked with, aside from a small handful, I have done at a distance. Don't meet your heroes. It's just a big thing. It's so true. Worked for a few of them. Never again. Never again. That's why I've joined the circle. I don't know. Thank you very much. No thanks. But certainly Carolyn Myss. Never met her. Big teacher for me. Marianne Williamson. I met her, but at Book Signings. It's a different gig. It was lovely. Teeny tiny little thing. What a force to contend with. But this certainly could be somebody very charismatic in your life, or like, again, it can be you. But the difference here, there is a little bit of a paradox, because this is very much feeling behind convent walls, monastery walls, castle walls, however you want to see that. Castle of the Soul, Carolyn Myss, wonderful work. But the contradiction of being external, right? Putting it out there. Leos don't hide well. Oh yeah, you blend. All right. We've got 4 more cards to hit the table, and I think these are really hopeful. The Kahn Healing Mantra cards, we're not doing it from the bookie book for my usual watchers, because these videos are long enough. But we're going to get 3, 1 for each. And if you work these and put them together, they work. But like anything else, it's what you put into it, but a single-minded devotion to spirit can really make a diff, particularly cause, effect, spirit, form. Bring it down the chakras. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. It's not a command, it's a request. As I call upon the higher selves. No, the Ascended Masters. Sorry, wrong channel. Wrong pantheon. Call upon the Ascended Masters of life purpose through the lenses of work, career, and vocation. Please, a very high vibe read here. Really trying to keep my feet on the floor. Stay grounded for this, please. What are the perfect healing mantras for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, that we may fulfill our role in the divine plan by fulfilling our life purpose day by day by day, bringing together all 8 chakras into alignment, which is really seen here in that witch position in their vocation, in our vocation, right? Very much the creativity in play here in order to manifest 10 of Cups in the physical world. I am so down with that. Please, for their work. Our work, we've got the Queen in the 8th, the Amazon, the Chariot on the inner, 10 of Cups on the outer. Yeah, let's not look. Thank you. For our career, we've got the Knight in the 8th. 4 of Wands, conflict on the inner, but also a time of rest to really process through this. With the Hanged Man, that really doubles that up. Waiting on the will of heaven, turning ourselves voluntarily upside down, making some sort of sacrifice in some way, shape, or form for enlightenment to happen. What's the dominant, happy, healthy, here we go, healing mantra for that one? And please, it feels like this is really where our leverage is in our vocation. Monk Nun in the 8th. Witch, Magician on the inner, all about making the decision to bring it into alignment with that Leo, Queen of Wands on the outer. And if that is us from the outside looking in, that's shining our light and putting our creativity out there somehow. Maybe through spell work, intentional work. Clarify it, please, the perfect healing mantra for the Pisces in our vocation. Let's see, what hit the table? Okay, in your work, like I said, Queen, Amazon, 10 of Cups, opening my mind. I allow myself to see beyond my beliefs and ideas in terms of what's possible in the physical world in your work. Can you open your mind? In your career, again, we've got the Knight, in conflict internally, and hanging out, hangman, right? Discovering happiness. I allow myself to be content exactly as I am, and I didn't even have to read the back of the card because I do these mantras a lot. They're so this is the emotional balance. All right, I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. It means that, yeah, I'm in a 4. I still got to go through the 5, right? The change, and I'll get to the 6, the victory. We'll get there. But I have to be where I am now in here, fully present where I am in order to get there wisely and well. So, you know, the Pisces can be very much a self-medicator. Are you willing to go through, to make the sacrifice, to feel what you got to feel? And I'm not just talking drugs and alcohol, people. Social media is a means of medication. Sometimes it's more of an irritant than and a painkiller, even at that. So discovering happiness in your career here. But there's a hangout time. There is a chill period for sure. You're going to love this. And in our vocation, our calling, the monk, nun, the witch, the Leo card, Queen of Wands, amplifying abundance. Abundance is my birthright, and I receive it now. Mystical abundance, spiritual abundance, bringing that down through every chakra, allowing yourself to be content exactly as you are and being willing to see beyond. Allowing yourself, wait a minute, you've got allow twice. I allow myself to see beyond my beliefs and ideas. I allow myself to be content exactly as I am, and abundance is my birthright, and I receive it now. That feels like a spell. Let's keep going. That does make sense. This feels a lot. This is going to be the challenge, but here is where your leverage is. Because abundance is your birthright. But I know that mantra and what's written in the bookie book. You have to shine your light at full capacity. That is actually written in this card, and here it is. You single-mindedly focusing on spirit, right? A devotion there. Bringing that down through the witch, shining your light at full capacity. Maybe nobody needs to know about it. That was an interesting little card jump there. But shining your light at full capacity in some way, in exchange for the universe taking care of you, getting you everything that you need. Yeah. Neat. I like this. Last card down. Already got it. The new one, the Chakra Reading Cards by Rachel Sharman, although she spells it R-A-C-H-E-L-L-E. If anybody knows how she actually pronounces her name, I'd like to know, because I don't like misnaming people. If I can avoid it, I suck at names, so I do my best. Sharman, C-H-A-R-M-A-N, the last name by Rockpool Publishing. Digging this, only getting one of them, but they are a little long. And there is an affirmation at the end as well. This might really give us an indication of at least where the chakric leverage is. The one that you focus on that changes everything in the most helpful way. Breathe. Still point. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, please, what is the chakric message, the energy reading, the leverage, the clarity, the definer here for the Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading? Distill it for us. Make it clear. Make it specific for my Myr people, my Myr family watching this video, receiving this reading for the Pisces collective in our work, career, vocation. The higher selves say... Nurturing card number 3. And remember I said there is a chakra, the Earth star. This is that star. It's actually the chakra under our feet, just like the 8th chakra is above. We've got, I don't know, we call the root chakra the first chakra. What is that, the 0.5 chakra? I don't know, Margaret. Please don't make me do math. Oh, Katya, you've had such an influence. But this is a beautiful, beautiful card, and not terribly long. Breathe. You have called upon this card today as an invitation to create more nurturing in your life. And look, it's kitty cat. Oh my goodness gracious. It's a lion. It's a lioness and a cub. Leo. You have called upon this card today as an invitation to create more nurturing in your life. Create more nurturing in your life. It is easy to get caught up with the crazy hustle and bustle of the world, forgetting to take a little time for yourself, to give back, nurture, and receive the gifts and fruits of your labor. The healing energy of nurturing is available to you now, and you are being encouraged to take a moment to honor yourself with this light. And you know what? That does make sense. Considering this is underneath all of the chakras, it does point to the queen in that regal feminine protecting and keeping their people safe, keeping yourself safe, keeping the castle safe, keeping the keep safe. Keep safe, whatever. But doing that as the Amazon with that Ten of Cups, allowing yourself to see beyond your beliefs and ideas. That clicks. The healing energy of nurturing is available to you now, and you are being encouraged to take a moment to honor yourself with this light. Something in your life is calling for some love and nurturing. You are completely deserving of this love and attention. Do those things for yourself that allow you to feel this loving essence. Take a long, relaxing bath. Hello. Go for a massage. Hello, hello. Spend time with your friends and loved ones. Hello, hello, hello. Whatever allows you to feel your growth and healing at present. It is a natural state of being to nurture. However, due to fear, we have learned to shut off and separate ourselves from the love and nurturing that surrounds us. Yeah, no, I don't trust that many people, honestly. Because I can feel when people lie now. Yay? He said with a question mark. Open yourself to the kindness in your heart and create some love in your life today. And here's your affirmation. I am nurturing myself in all aspects of life, and I am open to receive this powerful, loving energy now and always. This is about nurturing yourself, filling up your cup. And maybe that's just it. Maybe that's just it. Through the fulfillment of this alignment in your vocation, you give yourself the time and the space, allowing yourself to be content exactly as you are. How self-nurturing is that, right? To resolve that conflict honorably within yourself, or maybe it is in your career world. Could be with another person. Who knows? But there is an act of surrender there with the Hangman in order to just be that queen. Be that queen. Move forward. Make this happen. Ten of Cups, cups overflowing. Allowing yourself to see beyond your beliefs and ideas. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give it another summation, but I'm going to do it with a blessing at the end, and then we'll chat for a little bit. Shall we? Torch of Ariel. If you saw how much magic was sitting in front of me that you can't see on camera. I love what I do. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need in their vocation so that they can embrace the selfless devotion and single-minded to spirit as the magical beings that they are on the inside, which, whatever they want to call themselves, magician, manifestor, whatever that they want to call themselves, so that they can shine their light at full capacity, but maybe behind walls, maybe not so out in the world just yet while they amplify abundance, because abundance is our birthright and we receive it now, and we're always receiving it now. But if we don't see it, we don't feel it, and it's really important that we feel it as water signs, particularly Pisces, so that in our career we may embrace loyalty, romance, and chivalry, a love of honor. And if this is a career-based romance and it's with another person, well, then certainly that would bring about some creative conflict. Are you changing what you say because of a romantic interest, and is that really honorable? Tricky, tricky, tricky. So for right now, hit the cosmic pause button. They're to hang from the tree voluntarily, to sacrifice, release what no longer serves, and see things clearly, discovering happiness, allowing themselves to be content exactly as they are, no matter what else is going on around them, so that in our work, we may radiate the regal feminine, using our benevolent authority to protect others, and doing that as an Amazon, as a warrior on the inside. Real heart, third eye crown alignment, plowing ahead, moving forward, manifesting the Ten of Cups, that ecstasy, that bliss, that joy, allowing ourselves to see beyond our beliefs and ideas as we open our mind, all through the earth star power of nurturing ourselves first, taking the time, receiving the healing, allowing ourselves to love. Whatever arises, love that. Thank you, Kahn. And to the higher selves of all involved to give us what we need to bring this into alignment, so that we may heal, we may grow, we may learn, we may evolve, we may fulfill our work, career, vocation, our life purpose alignment, fulfilling a larger role than something we can even see, through the divine unity of all, manifesting paradise earth through our work, career, and vocation for our well-being and for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we all will it. So let it be done. So mote it be, and so it is. There, I gave you a little queen energy. You think? So did you like it? Like it. Hit the thumbs up. Want more of me? Subscribe here on YouTube, my beloveds. I'm not stopping anytime soon, nor am I cranking out content for the sake of content's sake. Why? Because I am on Patreon, patreon.com/slash Drawing the Circle. I live stream there every morning with a cup of coffee, usually in a bathrobe, and my hair does what my hair does, unless I'm on it, which sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. Catch as catch can. And certainly comment, is this romance that's talked about here with a person? Is it a romance for what you love, your creativity? Curious minds, inquiring minds want to know. And certainly if you want a private read, there's a video in the description box here on YouTube, booking a reading with Mel. I love reading Pisces. They are the easiest reads because I can feel you. So thank you, Ophelia. Oh, watch out for that river. Hang in there, and certainly wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed in your work, career, vocation. I'm feeling this reading for me, and I hope you're feeling it for you too. I love you. Hang in there. Nurture yourself. May you be blessed with all of it. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.